RedShift have done it again. Or have they? The engineering brains behind the products that Jimmy hates, that he loves,
Damn you, RedShift!
have released a brand new handlebar. The top shelf handlebar. This is a drop bar with 50mm or 70mm rise, with an aim to make your riding position more comfortable. The bar comes in 3 different widths, 44, 47 and 50 centimeters. But bear in mind, these are flared fairly aggressively. So your actual lever position on these 44 centimeter bars is 38 centimeters. A lot more sensible. Should we put them on my bike?
It looks a lot better than I thought it was going to. I think because everything on it is black. I can't believe. You know how I spoke about this before it arrived, and I was almost furious at it. It kind of looks alright. Not that it looks for everything, but helps, doesn't it?
The base of this bar and the general shape is exactly the same as their kitchen sink handlebar, which is loved by many. It has the same amount of flair, the same drop depth, and it comes in the same measurements. So 44 is the smallest one they do. Personally, I wish they made one size smaller, because I want to go a bit narrower.
Something to note is that the bar is a smaller diameter than a typical road bike bar. It's kind of more in line with a mountain bike. So if you're going to put your accessories on it, make sure you've got your adapters so that they fit. The added benefit of this top bar is you've got a lot more space for bike computers, lights, all of those things. Although our mount is actually very efficient. It's got a light and a head unit on it. So we need to get more things. Oh, where's the duck? Ta-da! We are aware of there being 2 other riser bars available. There's one by Specialized called the Hover, which has about 15mm of rise, and there's also one by a company called Genetic, which has 20mm of rise. So this bar differs in that it has significantly more rise than both of those, being 50 and 70mm.
70mm?
That's crazy, isn't it? This is 50, and it's like riding in the clouds. It's like a chopper.
These bars mean a lot of weight on my arse and not much on my hands. Not for me.
You looked more normal than I thought you. Like when you're around that bike, it feels like a barge. It feels like it's going to be massive. But I sat on it and it kind of felt normal but very high. You riding it kind of looks normal until you got out of the saddle, and then it just looks like a mountain bike.
I think it's fair to say this product is not for me, but that's absolutely okay. And I think there are a lot of use cases where this would come in handy. There's been very mixed reactions online. I think it's got posted around on Instagram a few times. The picture of this bar has caused a bit of a stir, and there's a lot of people saying this is pointless, stupid innovation, why would anyone want it, buy the right size bike. I get that, but not everyone can buy the right size bike, or they don't want to buy the right size bike. What if you're a guy in his 40s and you've got your dream bike, you spend lots of money on it, it's a steel frame, it fits you perfectly, and then you hit 60, but you want to carry on riding your frame and you need a more relaxed position. That's what these bars are for. Without having to do a flippy stem, which does affect the reach of your bike as well, so you have to bear that in mind, but also it doesn't look as good. I think, from the front at least, these look neater than a flipped up stem. And some people, that might matter to. Am I being too kind?
Yes. It looks atrocious. Which is, like, it's not all about aesthetics. I appreciate that. But it does look atrocious. Apart from directly in the front, because it just looks a bit old, like an old school, like mountain bike or BMX or something or other. But from everywhere else, it looks hideous. The main reason I'm not a fan of it is it upsets me that it has to exist in the first place. There's so many bikes being sold that are not correct for the person buying them. You know, if you're spending 500 quid, 2,000 pounds, 5,000 pounds on a bike, and it isn't the right size for you, and it isn't very comfortable for you, you're gonna look for a solution that costs you £100 so that you can keep your bike rather than have to faff around with saddling it, probably lose money. So it upsets me that this product does have a place. I wish bikes were just more relaxed in the first place. I just wish there was better geometry out there for normal people, and people didn't focus on buying stuff that were for racers and professional cyclists and just buy stuff that's more suitable. as Francis said, in some scenarios, it's a good product. The bit I'm not a huge fan of is the £130 odd price tag.
140.
£140 price tag.
What's this going on?
Yeah, we've entered a classic northern storm where the sun is beautiful, it's nice and warm, but we're gonna get blown away. Back to the studio.
Seeing as this is Mailbox Monday, do you want to open some more stuff?
Yes, please.
Sadly, we're not going to be able to, because it's already open.
Okay.
Do you remember that time? We filmed a video. And
What was the video?
I
can't remember what it was.
I'll find it, and I'll put it in here.
So, if you can find a bike that has no creaks to start with, it's a green flag. Where's the green? Why have we got a green flag, Francis? It's all red flags. We had a flag system, but we had no flags. About a week after that, some flags arrived, and it didn't say who they came from. So whoever sent us flags, thank you very much.
Whoever sent us these, green flag.
Jesus.
Oh my god. Yeah. That's the heaviest thing in the world.
It's so heavy.
We've lifted a lot of heavy things over the last couple of days. It's the smallest, heaviest thing I've ever picked up.
Yeah, annoyingly, can we weigh it? What does that go up to?
3,000 grams. No way.
As you all know, we build bikes in this space, and currently have a bike stand that our bike mechanic, Nick Vieri, constantly complains about. So thanks to Park Tool for sending us a big upgrade.
A big black square.
I don't want to put my fingers under it, in case you drop it. This is so unnecessary, but it is a good bit of kit. Do not go out and buy one for your house because you won't be able to move it. But Nick is going to be very happy with us. It's meant to sound like that, all right? It's meant to.
It's so good. Oh. It's life-changing. Give the old one to charity.
The main reason we've got this stand is that we are actually going to drop some bike build videos on this channel. Some of you will know that I actually have my own YouTube channel called Jimmy Media, where I do bike builds with Nick Vieri, and we're actually going to drop some of the more unique ones on the main Cade Media channel. And to get Nick to build in our studio, he demanded a proper bike stand. So here we are, a professional bike mechanic's bike stand. And it is beautiful. This is a stupid bar! And actually it's not.